Welcome to the Polishing Profits podcast, where we discuss all things related to the business of detailing. Whether you're a seasoned professional or just starting out, this podcast is for you. In each episode, we'll cover topics ranging from business management to marketing solutions.
All right, what's up, Nick?
You're
muted.
I'm muted. There we go. Let's get this Friday started off right.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yep, loud and clear. This is a live show. If you're watching, you can see Dustin, just driving down the road on the way to MTE. He's going to be cutting in and out a little bit, but we're going to make the show happen today, one way or another. Dustin, are you with us, Dustin?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. Yep. You don't have to hear yourself, Dustin. You just talk and just have a good time. So
okay,
again,
got you. I can hear you now.
Loud and clear?
Okay. Yes, loud and clear. What's up, brother?
What's up? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. It's been a while since we've done one on the road where we got to iron out the kinks. It's been a couple months.
For good reason, right? For good reason. You're looking like you're filming on a potato right now, but it's okay. You're still glowing.
Hey, I'm going to show you something that you don't see in Mobile, Alabama, or Florida. See that snow there?
Yep.
We're almost to the Florida line. And
is that because Mike traveled down? Did he bring the snow with him?
Yeah, he brought that shit with him. That's what he did.
I tried to give him a little crap. He drove right by us. Didn't even stop by to say hi. Couldn't believe it.
Are you kidding me?
Yep, drove right by us.
Oh, you should give him a hard time.
Yeah.
We're going to see you. We're going to be up that way in a few months. We're going to come down and see you.
I don't trust your geography skills for anything, Dustin.
Anywhere further north than Tennessee just seems closer to you. So it's right around the corner. We're in Texas.
So I think, again, everybody, MTE, I would say, is the biggest, second largest detailing conference other than SEMA. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, definitely fair to say. I mean, you almost have to think it's probably a bigger detail show. Concentration. Yeah. I mean, for the suppliers, it's definitely a show that we look forward to even more than SEMA because it's all the conversations are really good. Yeah. And it's great. It's a great show. It's one that we always get excited about coming to. Lots of good stuff there. The education day is always good. The MTE award, the IDA awards on Friday night is always fun to go to. So lots of cool stuff that happens that's specific to detailing versus like SEMA. Obviously, that's the biggest show, but it's not as personal, Yeah.
I think, again, whether there's a lot of people that are probably going for the first time this year, because of how many, if you take a look at those education days, it's double from last year, if that's fair to,
It has, and let me tell you, we always end up with 2 or 3 classes, and it filled up like that. They doubled in size, and we only ended up getting 1 class.
They kicked you out, Dustin. Let's put it out there. They said, you know what, 1 Dustin class is enough.
They did. Apparently, mine wasn't worthy. That's good though. They did give us a class to do. I think we're doing one for the IDA, I believe it is. If I'm not mistaken. So we'll have that class. It'll be what the $1 Million Detail Shop got wrong. And that's such a fun thing for me to say. Like a lot of people cringe when they talk about things they got wrong, or it's really hard for people to admit to that. But for me, that's exciting. Like that's exciting because you get to work on things and build things and fix things. And that's the nature. That's my nature, is to always kind of look at things that we can improve on. And so I did the $1 Million Detail Shop presentation for years, and now it'll be like a spinoff of that, is saying, hey, here's what we got right, but here's some things that we got wrong, and it's gonna be action packed and really good.
I think going in with sort of a game plan, right? So what time is your slot, I guess you could say?
I think it's 2 o'clock. I'm not That's a great question.
This is why, because it's going to be a matter of if you're going there for the first time or your fifth time, it's trying to figure out, okay, you can only be in one room. Who are you going to go listen to? Where are you going to get the most value for your business? And if you go in blind, it's going to be it's going to be tough.
It is. Yeah, mine's set from 2 to 2:45. And it's all about so my heavy focus is on the customer journey. And in reality, what I mean by that is the customer relationship aspect of things. All the way from the first time they experience seeing you with maybe an ad or a social media post or a business card or an interaction, all the way through to getting them to come back for a second and third job. And it's that whole customer journey. I love talking about that. It makes sense to me. It's very visual. And it's so important in business these days.
What's you guys got a video playing? You guys got the movie in the background.
His dad, he's on the phone.
Give him, there he is. Look at it.
I was trying to come this way a little bit.
So okay, so I think it'd be cool to work through a couple of these like hour time sessions and sort of be like, if you weren't presenting and you could just go as a guest, which seems like a lot less stress than you would have right now, and you could enjoy really MT for what it is. Let's see what Dustin would kind of pick as this would help specifically for Easy End where they are right now. Does that sound pretty cool?
Absolutely. I'd love to do that. I've helped some people decide on a few classes. I've had some people messaging me over. So it'll be my first time to look through the whole list as a whole, but not kind of in that approach. So I guess you want me to share my screen?
Yeah, go ahead, share your screen.
Kind of scroll down it. I had to go find my time.
Let's see which ones sort of jump out at you. You know what I mean? Which ones make sense for Easy End? If I see one that looks pretty cool, I'll jump in and say something. But
okay, so,
go ahead.
Yeah, so and this is really cool. The way they do this is you can actually filter it: business, marketing, detailing, IDA, PDR, and so you can really dial it in specific to what you're looking to do. And I guess you can still see my screen, right?
Yeah, we got you. We got you clear there.
Okay, so the first one.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. Yep.
I was going to say, going in, are you trying to add new services for your business? Because I think every time block has, I'm looking at it, wheel repair, tint, PPF. You know what I mean? I think it's really important to go in. Are you looking to generate a new vertical, or are you going to be there trying to look from within? What are your weaknesses, and is that something you want to improve?
Thinking about me and traveling to a place like this, I'm thinking all education. I'm thinking all business, all marketing, all sales. Because if I'm thinking technical, if I'm learning a service, like I'm either going to their facility or they're coming to mine, and we're more than 45 minutes, more than what MTE has offered. And I'm not trying to take away from anybody that's doing a physical, like a technical class. But me personally, Easy End, if I'm going for, specific needs in those marketing, sales, and those classes that you're not going to get otherwise. It's really hard to get that kind of, experience or exposure to some of these people otherwise.
And I'm looking, like, I know at 10 a.m., I think it's pretty cool how this is a place you can go and learn about aviation detailing. And I don't know Brett Barry, but like with a professional, you know what I mean? Let's say that's something, you're right by an airport, you've been doing auto, and you're like, hey, that's something I would like to explore. You're able to do that and ask these questions for your business one-on-one.
Oh yeah, and Brett Barry's a great guy. I've known him for a long time. He's actually helped me out years ago with the plane that we were detailing, and just been friends with him ever since. And him and Josh have partnered up within the ADA that they developed, and so something like that where they're not going to have a plane in there teaching you specifics, but they're going to go over a broad stroke. And I assume they're not. Who knows with those guys?
You know what? Don't look at. They might have the plane right there.
They did fly helicopters into Rupes training facility, so you can't put it past them. But yeah, something like that might be a thought if I'm generally looking to get into that service, because how technical could it be? But in generality, I think that would be cool. If I'm coming down through here, first thing I'm looking for is names of some bigger people in our industry, so you can really understand. Because it's one thing to go to a class, it's another thing to go to a class with someone that's got like true depth in our industry and business. First thing I come across is Joel LaPalm at 1 to 145, Scrapbook for Business Success. As well as I do. That's powerful. That's
just Joel in the middle of the room, right? Just talking for 45 minutes. That's gonna be a packed house.
It will be a packed house. I'll always make sure to.
Do you have a little VIP seat there? Did he reserve something for Dustin? Yeah.
Yeah, he always reserves my seat. Usually he calls me up at some point to chime in with him. I respect the shit out of Joel and learned so much from him over the years, and we have a mutual respect. So he always values my opinion on some things, and so he, usually I get a chance to kind of jump up and speak with him. Don't know if that'll happen in this one. I am doing a panel discussion that he invited me to the day before, but that's one that's a gimme right there. Joel LaPalm, he's going to give it to you like it is, pretty straightforward. Sometimes it's that in your mouth. You may not want to hear it that way, but that's the way you need to hear it to get some action. So that's one that I'm definitely going to if I'm looking. I'm sending my guys to that just to get them a charge. Yeah. And let's talk about that real quick.
Sure.
Why would I send my detailers to a business class? And I think that here's the thing: a lot of owners would be scared to send their detailers to a class like that, but they need to hear why the things that we do, the things that we do. It's not, it's not always rainbows and butterflies. And I can tell you right now, any person that's teaching the class is not in there going, business is easy. All you got to do is spend more money on marketing and you get more sales, right? They're going to say how hard it is. They're going to say what you got to do. And it helps our team understand just what all goes into this. I value teaching my people business. So that way they understand why we do what we do.
Yeah, no, again, and you're able to also cover more ground, right? There's going to be certain classes that are going to be specifically for the detailer, the business owner, the person that wants to, be learning PPF at the shop and just get that introduction. No, absolutely. Agree with you 100%.
Am I still sharing the screen?
Yeah, share that screen. Now look, that 1 o'clock spot is tough because again, you've got Chris there at 1 o'clock right under it. You see that, right?
Yeah, oh, no, this right here. I mean, this would be.
So we got to send an email to MTE. They might be different days. That's the one thing it doesn't differentiate on the website because it is 2 days of education. No, it doesn't.
That's terrible. What terrible design.
Yeah, so it doesn't. You don't know which day it is until you get there.
My goodness. Yeah.
Dustin is dumbfounded, but
go ahead.
Think of it like this. If you're going to Joel's versus Chris's, I think one's going to be more of a technical breakdown and Joel's going to be more of kick you in the ass and get your shit together. What do you need? So I think, again, reading it, knowing the people and figuring out what class is best for you. And again, I think marketing is one thing going based on the time of year that MTE is, new year, and a lot of people are always excited for some reason in January about marketing. Are you excited about marketing, Dustin?
I'm excited to see our marketing working. When we start our heavy campaigns, we start them going into, well before the off season. So July is a heavy campaign time for us. And those things are starting to work their way down. We're starting to rejuvenate that in February into our spring sets. So I'm excited to see those really churning and burning. So, when I think about January, I'm like, we were thinking about January back in August, And so for me, I mean, I'm excited to see the metrics and how have they performed and how was our October, November, December better than last year. That's something that I'm always looking at. Usually, so with Joel and Chris being on the same time, that's probably separate days. Usually we will request. So I generally request don't put me on a time with them too. But just so we can split it up, right? We're all going to carry a lot of the same viewers. And so if we all three were to go at the same point, it'd be tough. I wouldn't have a soul in my seat. So I know better.
Sorry, Dustin. I think I'm going to be at Joel's as well there.
I know. I'd probably be there with you.
I need the kick in the ass. I need the kick in the ass. I can just text Chris anytime. I know he's going to answer, just message him directly. Joel's busy. He's on the golf course. He's got stuff going on. Let me see what else do we have? Oh, I know. Hold on. We're going to see if Dustin's connected.
Am I losing you?
Yep, losing you a little bit.
Hey, you there?
Yep, we're good. We're good.
Okay. It should. Okay, let me talk. Let's look at this one right here. You got Hunter and Luke. Luke Powell and Hunter Zarzicki. I'm sorry. Best marketing and sales tactics, understanding human mind.
Yep. I think that's a cool one. That's a very cool one with Ed Motive.
That's a good one.
And I don't think he's presented before the last few years. I haven't seen him on the schedule.
I don't know if he has presentation. Okay, this one right.
Hold on, Dustin. Get out of the tunnel, because we're losing you a little bit there. Okay, as Dustin's there, just smiling at us, we're gonna keep going down the list. I know you're not gonna see it on the screen there. This is the first time I've seen Expel there, which is kind of interesting. So you're seeing a lot more PPF, you're seeing a lot more tint, sort of in at MTE, which is interesting because again, MTE stands for Mobile Tech Expo. I feel like it started as a Dent, PDR Expo, grew into mobile detailing as a whole, and now you can really see how film, right, whether that's tint or PPF, sort of come into play. And then you're going to get some of the bigger dogs like Expel make an appearance. I think the first PPF was optical last year that made an appearance at MTE. And I think there's going to definitely a few more that are there. So that's pretty interesting to see. Now, again, if you're thinking about it, I have no idea what that class is, but I think you can get a good sort of understanding of what Expel is, PPF is, definitely take that if that's something you're looking to get into. Are you back with us, Dustin? I see you moving.
Yeah. I'm back with you.
Okay. Great to have you back.
Just kind of scrolling down through here. And if I skip over some good ones, I'm looking for name recognition.
That's right away.
And so that's kind of where I'm at with it. Of course, there's the Brett Berry aviation detailing.
Mm-hmm. But let me ask you this, Dustin, because I just lost your volume there. But you got boat detailing, oxidation removal, that's one that I would think would be kind of cool to send, maybe some of the detailers from EZN over there to sort of, see what's different versus EZN. Or if there was just a regular car detailing, I would send, some of the splash guys to sort of see what's different, come back and tell me what you like, what you don't like from that.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you're back. Just
okay. The boat detailing and oxidation, that's definitely one I would send my guys to, even though we are premium.
Everybody's the best detailer. Everybody's the best detailer, right?
It doesn't matter how much experience you have to go and listen to other people. Take their take on things always helps. Restoration of aluminum diamond plate and wheels. Now this might be a good one. I don't know the guy that's running this, that's putting this event on, but polishing, metal polishing is always a good if you're looking for technical aspect. Yeah. That might be something that I send the guys through. System X, Steve Persha, Todd. These are two great guys in our industry. I can imagine this right here being a good conversation. I don't know. I feel sorry for these guys. I think they're my time slot, so good luck with them. I'm just kidding.
Ready.
Yeah, no, I just noticed this. I haven't looked at
You see the Rupes Jason Rose. That's always a really cool class.
Oh, absolutely. This one right here. This is going to be one of your top tier classes, technical classes. Just super information.
I feel you always get a little sneak peek of what's coming out with Rupes whenever you go to a Jason Rose.
Absolutely.
You get a little tease.
Yeah, he heads up the development, the development team. So, he's very in touch with what's coming down the pipeline. There's another one, paint polishing, edge work efficiency and isolated scratch removal, big one. Yeah. Mike Phillips. I mean, here you go. Mike Phillips. Yeah. How to teach a boat detailing class for profit, and then car detailing class for profit. Those are going to be, top tier, businessy. Probably talking about expense, there you go, right tools, right products, what not to
spend. But think of it, it's kind of a different take because it's teaching a car detailing class for profit. So mm-hmm. It's now taking that detailer and giving them a different revenue stream. And again, it comes to that internal versus external. Are you looking to add profit centers, or are you trying to become more efficient and have a better operation from within, an internal improvement? I think that's a really interesting sort of thought process before you go. After that,
you got to figure those things out.
I know you see the one that's Rennie's there. Yeah,
Rennie's is an obvious. You know, like you can't beating the living poop out of the competition. I mean, there you go, right there. You know, Rennie's is always action packed. Rennie's is always a great class to go to. Let's just keep rolling through here, man. There's a ton of good classes this year. Here's another one by Mike Phillips, the 3 basic paint correction, ceramic coating packages, every detail. This is a good one right here. Okay, so packages.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
Mike Phillips in the packages, the basic packages. So, you know, the biggest struggle I see with detailers is packages and service and how they offer their packages. Usually it's like a bomb went off in packages. And I don't know, I can't remember if I had mentioned it the other day, but I heard a thing about on Chick-fil-A the other day where they were adding products into their menu. They have a very simple menu, and they were adding different food into their menu. And what they noticed is sales didn't go up, but it only just reduced the amount of sales of each item. So now they're carrying all this inventory on things that they're selling less of. So their cost goes up, but their sales don't go up. So
and usually whenever you're adding that new thing, it's your least efficient, it's your least profitable, and you're taking away from, you know, your bread and butter there. Oh,
that's right.
There you go.
That's right.
You're good.
So that's a good one. And then of course this bombshell right here from 2 to 245. What the $1 Million Detail Shop got wrong.
Yeah.
Love this.
That's a really good class.
So that's
time. Yeah.
Tyler's, he's always got some good stuff going on. Diamond Pro Tech, Advanced Stain Removal. So that's one of your technical ones. Ivan, increased quality through efficiency. I know Ivan's, you know, a very good teacher. I've sat in a couple of his classes before. So, you know, I imagine his stuff it would be really good. Okay, this is a good one right here. Angela. This is one that my guys will go to this class. Angela is PPF. She's doing PPF on boats. She's been a friend of mine for a long time. She's actually helping train us on the marine side of PPF so we kind of get our schedules to line up. But she's putting on a class for her first time, and I know she's super excited. A lot of work has gone into her class. I've talked to her a few times personally. So, you know, there's some
is that marine detailing and safety, right? Let's just say it's a smaller percentage of the people going to MTE that are marine detailers. But guess what? Even if that class is not packed, that means you get even better value. When you go to a Joel and you're standing in the back and you're like, what did Joel say? You know what I mean? You just finding those niche classes that aren't as busy, but you're there with the professional, with the expert. You don't be shy. They're there and they want to, you know, answer those questions.
Yeah. One of the best classes I ever had was at SDC, and it was the last year they had it. And so the attendance was way down. They moved it, I think to Louisville, if I'm not mistaken. And so attendance was way down, and we had a class. I put on a class that had about 12 people in front of me. And it was about as like an intimate one-on-one class where people could really engage with the presentation and engage with what I was saying, and a lot of Q&A, a lot of quality Q&A, because people weren't nervous. They're scared to ask in front of a bunch of people. And it was so much more conversational, and they probably got more out of me than anybody in any of my classes because they were able to engage. And I remember that class thinking, man, if you know, when you put 100 people or 150 people in a classroom and try to convey a message, there's people, you know, everybody gets hit a little different, and they don't get to ask all the questions they want.
I think that's a really good take. So again, that's just something to think about, right? As you're looking through this list, technical versus internal. Remember, some of these classes are going to be packed, and what you get out of it is what you get out of it in those 45 minutes. So keep that in mind. You know, if you see Joel at 1 o'clock and you're like, man, I'm going to talk to Joel later on, one-on-one, you know, at Senior Frogs, go to a different class and then you can get, you know, a little bit more time one-on-one there. We got a ton of PDR classes too. So again, if you're in that space, you know.
It looked like the rest of the list was mostly PDR. I think there was one other detailing class, and you know, it's there, you can just see the quality, how they've stepped up the quality, and it's going to be an exciting show at MTE. So
the show is the two first days, Wednesday, Thursday, if I'm not mistaken, right?
No, the learning day is Thursday, and the show is Friday, Saturday.
Okay. So learning day is only one day, or is it 2 days?
So they've actually expanded learning day. You got the 101 day on Wednesday for like your, I hate to say movies, but it's the 101. It's the very introductory level classes.
Yeah.
That they just to expand the time in which they had to do so. So Joel has a presentation there. I don't even know. Let's see if I can find that actually.
The 101.
Yeah. Let's see what classes are there. I do know that I'll be in a class there. Here we go. Okay. Let's see if I can share that screen. Okay. Here you go. First impressions on a 101 level. Joel Palm, though. That's actually the one I was in. Okay. So this one right here, you got Joel Palm.
Are you the panelist?
Yes, I am. Well, myself, Rennie Doyle, and Rod Pusey.
They didn't give you guys. They didn't give you guys the name on there though. You're just. They didn't give us.
Look, I think MTE was kind of slammed. We were, you know, communication's been a little tough getting these things updated and stuff. So I don't know. I think they were fighting. I think they had a lot going on. So, but yeah. So Rennie Doyle, just shout out to Joel's class here. Rennie Doyle will be on it. Rod Pusey, and then of course I have the honor to sit with those guys and talking with them, which is really cool for myself. And I can tell you,
that's an hour 45. That's almost a 2 hour.
It's an hour 45.
It's a little different than the one on the other day.
And talking with Joel about what he wants to do, and it's more about customer acquisition and retention, building relationships with customers, understanding how to do that, understanding how to you know, build that solid foundation of customer, you know, in your customer base. So be cool to see that one. How to work on museum and collectible vehicles from a body shop background. So that's super specific. You know, PDR 101. Again, if you're in that realm and you're looking. Now this one right here, Basic Financials 101 by Tom Shea. This one will probably be a really good one if you were going to follow up Joel. You know, Joel's class with this one right here. Anytime you're getting financial information, like how to keep track, how to keep things in order, I think it's something that most detailers struggle with, is, you know, understanding just what numbers to track, what numbers to care about. So,
but it's also financial advice in your industry, because you can go online, you'll get financial advice just from people in general, right? But now you're going to be in a room of other detailers having the same questions as you have. You know what I mean? And be able to extract even better than trying to go on your own goose chase online. Absolutely.
And then, of course, high-end detailing, tips and tricks to organize detailed service. So, you know, there's 101, you can see it's a little bit more, a little less of an offering, but more longer class and then more specific. So you're not getting those broad strokes. You're getting in and solving, you know, somewhat like your entry-level problems, beginning-level problems. So that's why they opened up Wednesday, and then Thursdays, of course, they're all-day learning class. And then Friday, Saturday's the show.
So then let's talk the Friday, Saturday a little bit. What does that look like for you, those 2 days?
So it's an opportunity for us to meet our customers, you know, past, present, and future customers. So we'll have the APEX booth there. We'll have Detail Bookie booth there. And we'll have IGL booth there. So I'll be a little bit in each spot. I mean, we have team members in every booth dedicated to that. I'll probably centralize that Detail Bookie for the most part, because it'll be put in between those two booths, and that'll give me an opportunity to be at all three as needed. But you know, that day to me is all about, you know, meeting people, having conversations, and as I think that, you know, what trade shows are for, and it's an opportunity to really understand the people behind the scenes, and you know, establishes that somebody that you want to do business with. or not. A lot of our products are very, very similar, even in the software, film and coatings. Our products are very similar. The difference is the people. And so that's your opportunity to come shake hands, have a conversation, ask questions. And that tells you a lot about if you want to do business with that person or not from the customer standpoint.
And again, you're not just gonna. It's a direct comparison because you're gonna go talk to Dustin, and then you go talk to whoever's on the other side there, and then you make an informed decision of what feels better for your specific business.
Exactly. We all have a set of problems to solve. We all have a set of problems, and that's one thing that you need to understand. I think you and I talked about it not too long ago. When you go to a trade show, understand what problems are you trying to solve. You have problems you're trying to solve. When you go to the trade show, you should present those problems to whoever you're talking to and hear how they would help you solve them. That's the name of the game.
Do you get tired of, again, wearing those different hats in the same day? What is that like for you? Because again, Bookie, AP, IGL, you know what I mean? And then just the Dustin Jackson is its own enterprise in itself in a way. Because people just want to go. Profits. Yeah. Oh, we'll have a booth. Yeah. Booth next year.
The autographs. The whole
the autograph. Yeah.
I don't know. What are we gonna do?
How does that go?
I never change. So from company to company, my value is in the business side and that end of it. So I'm not going to talk about deep product stuff. I'm not going to tell you the difference in Kenzo and Arcane, and that's Mike's job. So Mike has that conversation very well. I know the difference, and I'm informed by those things. But my conversation is going to be, how can we help you in your business, and whether that's software, whether that's film, or whether that's coatings, or whether that's just a conversation that we don't have a product to sell you.
Advice, you know what I mean? If that's just advice from Dustin, you know what I mean? That's why we do the show. It's just to take in those questions, see where people are at, give our 1 or 2 cents per Friday and sort of see where that falls.
Exactly. That's our opportunity to just share what we've learned. And it's all about experiences. And, we've been through these things, and it's not up here saying that we know it all. It's, as a matter of fact, it's saying the opposite. It's like, we don't know it all, but here's what we can tell you from experience. And we've done this and we failed at it, or we've done this and it worked. So my suggestion is, don't do this part and double down on the part that does.
You know what the fun thing is people are going, and again, I'm trying to put myself in that first time visit, right? Because MTE is not this small little conference anymore. You're going for maybe 2 days of education, and then you've got 2 days of expo. It is a little bit of a grind. Any other tips for those first time visitors making that same drive you are right now?
Yeah, talk to people. You don't shy away from the booth. Come to the booth, introduce yourself, learn the people inside the companies, and then ask about what's going on afterwards. IGL hosts the party. IGL, APEX, Detail Bookie, it's the industry party on Thursday night. Everyone's invited to that. Friday, the IDA Awards Banquet. You don't know these things unless you go and you ask. And be a part of this thing. Really embrace it. Don't just be a fly on the wall in this thing. Go out, get yourself out of your comfort zone. We all know it's hard, and in that trade show setting, it's a little weird because you're going from booth to booth. But just put all that aside, and we want to meet the person. We want to know about your business. We want to know, who you are, how long you've been in business, what are you doing, what are you looking for. That's our goal. We want to establish that. How can we help you with that? And so all the vendors are in the same frame of mind as we're in a help stage, but we don't know how to help you, and we don't know if we can help you unless you talk to us. And so that's my suggestion. And then, don't try to, to me, it's not about buying or looking for some great deal. It's more like, meeting people, and then go back and digest all that and say, okay, here's who I want to do business with. And then make it.
I only go for the show specials. I'm like, listen, what's the special you got for the show? Let me get my cost of admission back. That's it.
That's me trying to get the full price sale after the fact.
So what's funny is like, okay, so I've done 2 different sort of strategies because I just overthink it. I'm like, look, I'm either going to do 1 lap because a lap takes forever, but
it does
hit each booth and get as much as I can out of each booth. And I don't really like that strategy. It's kind of exhausting. Or I do 1 lap really fast, get an idea of where everything's at. If there's an empty booth, because again, you're going to be waiting in line to talk to people. Something. Dustin's going to have a line out the door just for autographs. So you do 1 lap, and then figure out where's the value points at? What are the ones you really want to do on that second lap, maybe second day, where you really want to talk to them and get the most out of it? Do you think the first day or the second day is busier for the expo?
Okay, the first day is always busier, but the second day. So my suggestion in a trade show is walk the entire show day one, get cards, kind of make notes, maybe mentally about who you want to see. Go back to the room that night and then really dissect it and say, okay, this is what I'm serious at. If I'm serious about software, here are the three booths that I saw that I must go ask some questions. And so the next day is very focused, and so I'm going here, 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 and here, and this is what I'm discussing. And so that way it's you're decisive. You're not inundated with all this information, because what happens is if you try to see everybody a few times and you really try to just get the whole show down, you leave there.
Yeah.
You can't do it, man. You can't make decisions effectively. So you end up going home and you're like, well, why did I just spend all that money? And I feel like my brain's spinning. I got a million people I want to call, but I don't even know what I'd ask them when I called. So use that. Use Friday night after the awards banquet to go to your room, flip through the cards, that name recognition. When you see the brand and you see the name, you'll remember, okay, I met Dustin and he mentioned CRMs. Okay.
Yeah.
I definitely want something like that in my business. Here's some of the questions I got for him. I'm going back by and I'm going to see him or his team or whatever. And going to, ask him these questions.
And the only other thing I'll say is, again, the link is just mte.live/education. That's the same little, thing that we were scrolling through. Take the time and read through it. You know what I mean? And then if you go to /exhibitors, you can see all the exhibitors there, and maybe just make a list of, just say, hey, I want to make a top 10 of places that I want to make sure I make a connection with, based on what your business needs.
No, what a great idea. Great idea. Have a plan.
You had that written down. You were going to say that next, right?
Yeah. I think I said it earlier in the show, actually.
Only other question I had for you, Dustin. So today is what, Friday? Show doesn't start till Wednesday. What's that prep like? What goes into these next 5 days of sleepless nights?
Oh, that's exactly what it is. We have a full schedule. So IGL has a training Saturday and Sunday. So it is our residential training. I'm sorry, the Aegis training, Saturday, Sunday. So we'll be at another person's shop doing an Aegis training. Monday, Tuesday, we have residential training for IGL, and then we have an APEX training at our training facility down in South Florida.
Okay.
And so we'll be there Monday and Tuesday in two different places. So that's Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Then show setup on Wednesday. We set up all three booths. So all of our team goes into show setup. Plus we have a couple of meetings that we have to do on Wednesday. Thursday is education day. Yeah. So we finalize setup and then education day. Wednesday would be the class with Joel too. So
so it's kind of like 2 days of setup there. Wednesday, Thursday, while education's going on. You've got all these businesses putting up their booth right under your feet while you're there. It's a madhouse. It's a madhouse.
We'll go live when we get there and show you what it looks like. If you saw the itinerary that Chelsea builds for it, for each county, it's 6 or 7 pages thick of all the things that you go do, and our schedules are packed. But you know what? This is what it's all about. You do this one time a year.
One time a year.
MTE once a year. You got to come down and show out. Show up, show out.
Awesome. We'll see. We'll see.
Roll some comments.
What do we got? Hey,
all right, Brandon. What's up? What's up, Brandon?
Met Brandon last year at MTE.
Oh, there we go, Mike. We are shipping out Sunday evening, first time virgin. Man, get ready. Get ready for a show.
That's
you're gonna, dude, it'll be awesome seeing you there, and I think you're gonna get a ton of value for sure. Are y'all aren't taking a sled to MTE?
Can you guys PPF with a toboggan or something? Some sled? Just have that as your PPF. Demo thing.
We're in our 6-wheel sled right now.
Oh, that's awesome.
I guess we're 10 tires in right now. So. Yeah. All right, Scott Barber, you having fun, y'all? Are you not coming down, Scott? We're gonna miss you.
No, man, Scott.
Tab. Who's driving?
Yeah.
Mr. Billy's driving. The world is safer. The world is safer. Driving. No one was driving me. Like I made a shirt for Jason's class. Lord, I can't even imagine. I can't imagine. Hopefully I'll get to see it. I'll try to poke my head in. I usually try to drop in and at least see my friends there that's putting on and everybody that's in the class. So hopefully I can drop into that one.
That's fun. That's fun.
Billy Smith couldn't go.
I just want to know if Billy's going to have a new shirt. Again, that's the only reason I go.
Yeah, man, you're going to be heartbroken.
Oh, he doesn't? You already know. You know the answer already.
No, because I was part of the reason he doesn't. Him and Mandy were going to design shirts for the IGL team. What my pressure became was some getting them and some not. Okay, and it boiled down to that. And when we think about cost of the company versus cost of our people that are traveling with us, I mean, having them do their own. So he asked. I said, IGL, we're going to skip this year on the shirts. I feel guilty about it. Anyways, I know he won't have. But let me rephrase that. He might have done something his own.
Let people, have to build the suspense a little bit.
Yes. Oh, hang on. Mike sent me a picture. Let's see if I can. Oh man, I don't see any.
It's Mike sledding for sure.
I'm not gonna. I'm gonna show it in reverse. Just know that that's what's coming. I'm not gonna let you read it because it may be a surprise. He may not want to see. So, dude, that's cool. I love it. Mike's a great guy with a great story, man. He's an asset to our industry for sure, and love to see him, participating in the show, and honored to have him watching our live here.
It's a good question from Brandon. You want to take it first, and I'll chime in a little bit.
Oh, yeah, monthly budget for good marketing. Oh wow. To me, there's no golden rule there. There's no percentage. I think, it's kind of like labor. Every business is a touch bit different. If I had to put a guesstimate on it, I'd say, 5% or something.
Yeah.
We're not
going to put a round number on it. Yeah.
Yeah. And you're probably going to get numbers anywhere from that to 10 to 15%. Who knows? Here's what I'm going to say. And this is what the $1 Million Detail Shop Got Wrong is all about. The quick answer and the short answer is not more marketing. It never is. It never is. It's better relationships. When you don't, marketing is not an easy button, and you don't just solve problems with more money. You don't.
Yeah.
You solve problems by building relationships and understanding people. When we realize that the most is when the economy shifted a little bit, and it's not like the more we spend, the more we make. Those things are not correlated. It's you have to build relationships. So marketing is such a touch feel kind of thing for your business.
Yeah.
You can, and here's another thing is if you're not tracking your KPIs, do not spend $1 on marketing. If you don't know on a daily and weekly and monthly basis, your website visits, your estimate conversion, your scheduled job, how much you're producing, don't go dump money into something that you can't track. That's my input. Go ahead, Nick.
Marketing dollars are going to get those, get the eyeballs on you, right? And it's going to get you your cost per lead, for whatever that price is. It doesn't even matter, really. It's what is the conversion on those leads? And again, it comes down to the people. It comes down to making, the response rate. There's a process involved with that. But then it's also the personal connection, because that same person that saw your sponsored ad and whatever is below it probably sent a form to each of them. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Or called each shop. And then it's going to be a matter of, okay, great. I got the eyeball, but I have a really bad execution of converting them. Then, then it doesn't matter what you spend. So again, thinking of start to finish, I always say you can tiptoe into marketing and be really successful. And then if you, depending on where your business goes or where you want that emphasis on, putting a thought process of, hey, I want to put dollars here because I want to build this side, because I know Brandon's been doing a ton of ages, versus detailing.
Yeah, he has. And, and hang on, I'm coming through a bad area. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bad area. I see nothing but palm trees just behind you. Yeah, it's a real bad area over there.
Still snow on the ground. We're into Florida now. Yeah, and I don't want to come across like we don't do marketing. We're heavy. We have a heavy focus on marketing at EZN. Google ads and social media ads and SEO work. We have a heavy emphasis on our marketing. However, I always try to tell people it's not an easy button. And if somebody's doing your marketing, what they're doing, like no one knows your business and your market better than you do. And I don't care what they charge you. Yeah. They don't know it. You are there to instruct them. You're there to make sure that they do the work side of things, but they're not there. Listen, if there was an easy button to press and I could spend $10,000 a month and do $200,000 a month in revenue, wouldn't I just do that?
Yeah.
It doesn't, they're not as correlated as you think. You got to have marketing, but you really got to be in touch with your customers and all that. You can generate more leads, but you really better be building that relationship with them and building that customer base up. So don't overspend on marketing thinking that they're directly connected to revenue. They are in a sense, but you've got to be able to convert the sale, and you better have a process to understand that.
Again, you're going to MTE where you're going to be able to talk to guys with like Hunter at AdMotive. You know what I mean? You're going to be talking to the best in the industry face to face, and I'm sure he's got an amazing sales team there, but it's, you know what I mean? Talking with, these great minds, you're going to be able to pull what you need for your business from there and then make an informed decision. And that's worth the trip times 10. It's just that simple.
Absolutely. And Hunter ran ads for EZN for probably a year or better. I really like Hunter. I like his team. I like what they do. I believe in what they do. And then we use Detailers Roadmap. We use Christy Giovanni for our SEO work. And then, of course, our in-house team for all of our social and organic now. Chris, Madison, Brooke, Dylan, Hayden, all those guys and girls, they do all of our marketing. But I do want to say that we've outsourced it before. There's some really good ones out there. I'm not taking away from anything they do, but I just know that don't look at that as like the quick fix. There is no quick fix, or we'd all be pushing that button. We'd all be spending those dollars if it was directly correlated.
Yeah, cool. Look at us run 47 minutes on the road. Friday show
on the road.
It's nothing.
Yeah,
a couple road
great show,
but we'll let it slide this.
That's what makes it fun. That's what makes it fun. Brandon, if you're still watching, jump on my calendar if you want to chat. I'll shoot it over. I'll shoot the link over to you. It'll be when I get back. He just commented that said he wouldn't be attending the show. But definitely want to chat with you and see if we can't help you out.
Yeah, that's awesome. Happy Friday. I'm excited. We'll be in person shooting a pre-recorded, maybe Polishing Profits. I think that goes a little smoother.
Absolutely.
Maybe with a couple guests. We'll see how busy Dustin is on those expo days.
Dustin's going to be busy, but it's on my calendar. I always look forward to that. I always look forward to doing one in person with you. So safe travels, brother, and we'll see you in a few.
See you in a few. Peace out.